So far this week, we have been focusing on estimating in a single step word problem where we were finding the sum or difference. Today, our learning target is I can find the sum or difference in a multiple step word problem. I will know I have it when I underline the key words, circle the important numbers, determine whether to add or subtract, round, and solve. So our difference today is that we are going to be working with multiple step word problems where we're going to have to do more than one thing to find the answer. Mrs. Germano has 289 books in her classroom. Miss Fick has 476 books in her classroom. Miss Cyril has 318 books in her classroom. About how many books do they have altogether? Well, I know that the first step that I need to follow is circling my important numbers. So Mrs. Germano has 289 books in her classroom. Miss Fick has 476 books in her classroom. Miss Cyril has 318 books in her classroom. This keyword about, I'm going to go ahead and put a box around it because that's telling me that I want an estimated answer. So I only want to know about how many there are. I'm not looking for an exact answer. And then I want to know how many books we have. I'm going to underline all together because that's telling me that I need to add to find my answer because I want to see how many there are when I'm putting groups together. Alright, so the first thing I want to do, I want to come down and write my first number 289, my second number 476, and because I'm finding how many we have all together, I'm going to put my plus sign. Because of this keyword about, I'm going to go ahead and round 289 to the greatest place value, which would be the hundredths place. I'm going to circle next door. 289 rounds to 300. You can use any strategy that you want to find your answer. Then I'm going to round 476 to the hundredths place because that's the greatest place value. And 476 rounds to 500. I'm going to bring my plus sign over to remind myself that I am adding. And 300 plus 500 is 800. So far I've used 289 and 476. But as I go back and reread my problem, I'm noticing that Miss Cyril also has 318 books in her classroom, and we want to know how many we have all together, how many all three of us have. So I'm going to take my number 800 and bring it down for my second step. I'm going to rewrite the number 318 because I haven't used that number yet, and I know that the question is asking me to find how much all three of us have together. All together still means to add, so I'm going to bring my plus sign over. 800 is already rounded for me, so I'm just going to recopy it. I'm going to round 318 to the hundredths place, or the greatest place value. 318 rounds to 300. I'm going to bring my plus sign over again, and 300 plus 800 equals 1,100. And I'm going to go back and reread. I know I was solving for books, so I'm going to label my number with the word books. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and read my second problem. This time, as I read, I'm going to circle and underline as I go. Mrs. Cooley ordered 892 sore bracelets. She gave 157 to kindergarten and first grade. Then she gave 129 to second and third grade. About how many sore bracelets does Mrs. Cooley have left for fourth and fifth grade? Well, I know that the word gave or give is when I'm losing something. So it sounds like Mrs. Cooley is giving something away or losing something. So I think that I am going to subtract. Down here again, then she gave. gave is also giving something away or losing something. So it sounds like we're going to be circling 2 times in this problem. I'm noticing that this problem has that word about again. That means I don't want an exact answer. I just want to know about how many, or an estimated answer. And I want to know how many she has left. That also tells me that I'm going to be subtracting. So I'm going to go ahead and bring my first number down, 892 sore bracelets. And then I'm going to bring my second number, 157, down. I'm going to write my subtraction symbol and my equal sign. I'm going to draw my arrows. And I'm going to round 892 to the greatest place value, which is going to round to 900. Then I'm going to round 157 to the greatest place value, which would be the hundreds place, 8, which would round to 200. I'm going to bring my subtraction symbol over. 900 minus 200 is 700. But I am not finished yet because while Mrs. Cooley gave 157 to kindergarten and first grade, she also gave 129 to second and third grade. I'm going to bring my 700 down, and I'm going to subtract that 129. But because I still want to find about how many, I'm going to leave my 700 alone because it's already a rounded or estimated number. I'm going to round 129 though, and 129 rounds to 100. I'm going to bring my subtraction symbol over. 700 minus 100 equals 600. And when I go back and reread, I see that we were talking about bracelets.